This video is sponsored by Raycon. Go to buyraycon.com/polyphonic to get your new headphones at 15% off today. England was going through drastic change at the beginning of the 19th century. The Industrial Revolution was sweeping across the country, bringing with it an upheaval on a scale that had never before been seen. Landscapes that were once pastoral and populated with windmills became dotted with factories. This brought with it a change of lifestyle too, the lifestyle of the assembly line, the mechanization of human labor. The poet William Blake watched this shift happen and saw a darkness in it. He immortalized the image in a famous phrase, first written in the preface to his epic Milton: "Dark satanic mills." That term encapsulated Blake's view of this industrialization. It brought on pollution, it brought on suffering, and it pulled people away from their roots. Centuries later, mankind is in the middle of another drastic upheaval. A digital revolution that's shifting the world, and shifting society around us, even as I speak. And so perhaps it's fitting that 200 years later, Blake's imagery of dark satanic mills inspired a song that would question this digital revolution as it was happening. Let's take a closer look. If the Industrial Revolution mechanized human labor, then the digital revolution is mechanizing human culture. And this is particularly true of music. In the modern age, music has been turned into a multi-billion-dollar industry. Labels are able to assemble and churn out pop stars, selling them to a willing crowd. This is the thought that inspired the concept of gorillas in the first place. It's taking the pop experiment to its logical conclusion. In a world where you can construct pop stars, why do you even need them to be real people? The very existence of gorillas is a critical statement on the music industry, and that statement plays out in Feel Good Inc. Even the name of the song is a shot at the consumerization of music. The goal of music, of any art really, is self-expression and feeling good. Adding an ink to the end of that conjures images of capitalism, consumerism, and big business. The music industry is Feel Good Inc., a corporate monster geared towards delivering good feelings to you. This attitude plays out musically in the song's intro, a catchy bass line with a cheery feel good at the end of each phrase. It's darkly dystopian, something elaborated on by the video, which opens on an apocalyptic wasteland. The lyrics of the first verse play into this dystopian imagery, telling the story of a broken city that's numb and placated by mass mechanized culture.
You got a new horizon, it's ephemeral style. Melancholy town where we never
It's
stop.
reminiscent of Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, a story in which citizens are kept calm and inactive by a drug called Soma. Instead of a drug keeping people placid though, the world of Feel Good Inc. uses prefab culture. But there's a hope in this dystopia, and it comes in the form of a chorus. Where the verse is built around a heavy beat and bass line, the chorus is calmer and spacey. It's even got vinyl crackle that seems to harken back to an older time. This shift is represented visually in the video too. The chorus features Noodle in her own utopia, a floating windmill island. In an interview with MTV, Noodle talked about writing the chorus. She said, "I played something more acoustic, just something that reminded me of the countryside. So I wrote down some keywords to help with the lyrical imagery. Windmill was one of them. It was a trigger to symbolize a different time, and also a reference to the dark satanic mills that William Blake wrote about in his verse of Jerusalem."
Windmill, windmill for the land, the forever hand in
This pastoral image comes with freedom and love. This is what gorillas believe that art should be, free from corporate restraints. In William Blake's poem, he also contrasts pastoral landscapes with his dark satanic mills, talking of green mountains and pleasant pastures. But the windmill isn't free from influence. It's being pursued by a pair of helicopters, representing the encroachment of the modern world. In the music video for El Mañana, this story plays out further as a pair of attack helicopters destroy Noodle's floating paradise. So how do you rebel against this all-encompassing consumerism? By doing something new and something original, something that breaks the mold. De La Soul's verse on Feel Good Inc. provides a hope for change, talking about the power that original music can have. Motown Records was a seminal label throughout the 60s and 70s, and while it was responsible for some brilliant art, it was also one of the first labels to create assembly line music. It was even known as the Hit Factory for the way it could churn out chart-topping records. For De La Soul's Trugoy though, it's the Gorillaz sound that can fight against this corporatization. Their sound can kill the ink. The way they do this is by beating the enemy at their own game, releasing pop music that's raw and real but remains catchy. And that's exactly what Feel Good Inc. is. It was catchy enough to go top 10 in 13 different countries and peak at number 12 on Billboard's Hot 100. All this despite being a song mixing hip-hop, funk, rock, and folk, and a song that's performed by a virtual band. The Industrial Revolution brought on a lot of suffering, things that William Blake saw and documented, but it also brought on positive outcomes. It grew the economy, grew the population, created more leisure time, and allowed for advancements in the sciences and arts. And the digital revolution has the power to do the same, to drastically shift the world for the better. But if it's going to do that, we need to be aware, we need to be cognizant of predatory consumerism, and we need to stay connected to the land, connected to our own self-expression, and connected to the windmills. So when I'm working on a video, I listen to the song it's about basically non-stop. I listen to it when I'm doing chores, I listen to it when I'm playing video games, I listen to it when I'm just hanging out, which is why I'm really grateful for wireless headphones. They allow me to go about my day without untangling wires or accidentally yanking my phone out of my pocket, which I used to do a lot. And that's why I'm really stoked to be working with Raycon on this video. Raycon make affordable, comfortable, and stylish wireless headphones. They're about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds, but they sound and feel just as good, if not better. The latest model features 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, and a compact design that creates a nice, comfortable, noise-isolating fit. Plus, they come in a variety of colors, which is just straight fun. If you want to try out Raycon, you can click the link in the description to get 15% off your order. Not only does that get you a great deal, but it also shows Raycon that I sent you, which is a huge help to my channel. Honestly, I used to think that wireless earbuds were no big deal, but once I went wireless, it really changed the game for my music listening habits. So if you've been looking to make the leap, or just looking for a new pair, head on over to buyraycon.com/polyphonic and get 15% off your new pair.